This is Mindfulness with Richard Clarke. I focus on mindfulness meditation. Listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. Welcome. Today we continue with our series on emotional resilience and aging gracefully. This session is on managing worry and anxiety. And I'll talk about practices for calming the mind when facing uncertainty. Worry and anxiety can feel like constant companions, especially when life feels uncertain. Mindfulness meditation offers you a way to meet these feelings differently, not by fighting them, but by bringing a kind, steady attention to them. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to sit with whatever is here without pushing it away or getting caught up in it, even worry and anxiety. Mindfulness means noticing what's happening right now, your breath, your body, your thoughts, without getting carried off by the stories your mind tells you. With worry and anxiety, the mind tends to leap forward, spinning out what ifs and worst case scenarios, spinning out lots of negative stories. Mindfulness gently brings you back to the present moment where you are safer and calmer than your mind suggests. One of the first things mindfulness teaches is that feelings like anxiety are natural. You are not broken or weak for feeling them. Anxiety tries to protect you, but sometimes it works overtime, making things worse instead of better. Mindfulness invites you to recognize anxiety as a visitor, not a permanent resident. Here's a simple example. Say you are lying in bed and start worrying about a medical test result you're waiting for. Instead of letting your mind spiral, you can notice, worry is here. You don't have to fix it or get rid of it. You breathe with it, feeling your body tense up and relax again without adding new layers of fear to it. When you do this, you start to put some emotional distance between you and that worry. There are several mindfulness practices you can use to calm the mind when uncertainty feels heavy. One is simple breath awareness, bringing your attention to the natural rise and fall of your breath. When you do this, it puts you into the here and now and pulls you out of your mind. Another is a body scan, where you move your awareness slowly through your body, noticing where you are holding tension. The body scan is also here and now. Another technique is labeling your experience. This is fear. This is tightness in my chest. Labeling helps you step back just enough to observe your experience instead of being overwhelmed by it. Labeling helps you take a step away from the thoughts. The more you practice, the more you start to notice patterns. You might see how worry often predicts disaster that never comes. You might see how staying grounded in your breath gives you more strength to handle real challenges without adding extra suffering. Mindfulness doesn't mean you will never worry again. It means you are less likely to be swept away by it. You have a way to find your footing, even when things feel shaky. You learn to respond instead of react. You find a steadiness inside that does not depend on everything outside being okay. The practice is simple, but it's not always easy. It's about coming back again and again, coming back to this breath, this moment, with as much kindness as you can muster. And so now we're going to have a guided meditation on managing worry and anxiety. Find a comfortable position. Let your hands rest gently. Close your eyes if that's okay. Take a slow, deep breath in. Feel the air filling your lungs. Exhale slowly, letting go of any tightness you notice. Bring your attention to your breathing. Feel your breath. Notice where you feel it most clearly, your nostrils, your chest, or your belly. Let your breath be natural. You are simply watching it come and go. You're not trying to control it. If a worry or anxious thought appears, silently say, thinking, and then return your focus to your breath. No need to push anything away. Just notice and gently come back. Move your awareness through your body from the top of your head down to your toes. Notice areas that feel tight or tense and breathe into those areas, inviting them to soften. If anxiety shows up as a feeling in your body, maybe a tightness in your chest or a knot in your stomach, allow it to be there. You're not trying to get rid of it. You're just letting it be part of the moment. Simply offer yourself a few gentle phrases. It's okay to feel this way. I am safe in this moment. This feeling will pass. Return your attention to your breath, the feel of the breath coming in and going out. Breathing in brings energy. Breathing out brings relaxation. And now begin to bring your attention back to the room. Notice any sounds around you. Feel the air on your skin. Feel the support of the chair beneath you. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you're ready, open your eyes, carrying a sense of steadiness and kindness with you. And thank you for taking this time to be present with yourself. Worry and anxiety often tell you that you have to be somewhere else taking care of things. You have to solve everything or brace for what might come. But by practicing mindfulness, you're learning that peace is available right here, even with uncertainty in the air. Each time you choose to pause, breathe, and notice, you are strengthening a deep trust in yourself, a trust that you can meet whatever life brings with steadiness and care. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to fix every feeling. Just showing up for yourself in these small ways makes a real difference. As you move back into the flow of your day, carry with you the simple tools you practice: awareness of your breath, kindness towards yourself, and the reminder that you are never alone in feeling what you feel. Let mindfulness be a friend that walks beside you, offering you calm and clarity whenever you need it. Thank you for practicing. So, Barley, how was your meditation last week?
Good. Every day, little bit.
That's
So
so good.
yeah, yeah. Thich Nhat Hanh, I went to him a couple times. Um,
Mhm.
and sometimes when I'm sitting, I just decide, oh, well, I might as well meditate now. Why wait?
Oh, very good.
So
That's perfect.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
perfect.
And I'm glad I'm with this group with worry because yesterday I backed my car and banged it up. Michael saw it.
Okay.
Did you, Mike?
Yeah,
I
very good.
have to go get it fixed, but I'm
Gonna
not.
Okay.
start, it's gonna start looking more and more like ours now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know,
Hopefully not. No, it won't.
shouldn't back up. I shouldn't. I could have gone straight and gone around. I thought I was gonna hurry up and save time. Bad move.
Now, what I have to say, Barley, is when you talk now about how your meditation has been,
Mhm.
you really kind of sound happy and enthusiastic.
Yeah, I think it's good stuff.
Yes, that's good.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, Lamar, how's it been for you?
It's been even better this week. Mornings I meditate and gradually bumping it up. Some mornings 15 minutes, again using through YouTube music, and that seems to help me. Without some guidance or some sound, I seem to have a hard time just being quiet.
Hmm.
But I've done it and I intersperse it with my some positive affirmations recording that I listen to, and I do some also usually in the afternoons when I come back home from having been out. A little less time in the afternoons, but both meditation and positive affirmations.
Hmm. Now, learning to just let your mind be quiet is actually uh, a big job for a lot of people. And I think it's actually one of the key ones because
Yeah.
with this practice you're doing, you're learning to kind of calm down and relax the mind, but still, as long as you're using the mind to listen to the music or do this other stuff, you're still caught within the limits of your mind in thinking. And the deepest meditation goes beyond that.
Okay. Uh, do you have any hints? Is there any, well, I can set my clock for a timer. I kind of I kind of want the reassurance of something's going to tell me when it's been 5 or 10 or 15 minutes.
Uh-huh. Again, what you're doing now is great. I just want to make sure you know it's still just an intermediary step.
Oh, yes, I understand that. Yes,
Okay.
thanks.
Okay.
And your comments remind me to start dipping my toe in the water and see if I can't do it silently.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Doug, how's your meditation been?
Oh, it's been pretty good. I did miss a couple of days this week. Um, but when I do meditate, it's good meditation. I've got it up to around, 20 minutes or so.
Very good. Now, when you miss a day, what happens that causes you to miss?
Um, well, like yesterday, I couldn't meditate. I couldn't do anything. I felt like there was a cloud around me,
Uh-huh.
and I tried taking a nap, and I woke up, but I was still not totally awake. I was just it's like a
Uh-huh.
cloud, you know. It's
Sure.
so I couldn't meditate any more than I could do much of anything else.
Uh-huh. And certainly, I think we've all experienced days like that. And, it's still good with a day like that that you don't beat yourself up about it.
Yeah, well, that's true. Although I probably did a little bit at the time.
Uh-huh. Well, one of the things that I say fairly regularly is be gentle with yourself.
Mm.
So how about you, Carol?
Holding steady with the before bed ritual. Sometimes I am watching a YouTube meditation video as my last YouTube watching. And then other times I turn off the light and try to sit and be quiet. And most recently, I've just done a simple breath watching that I really was attending to, and it was really a good meditation. So I need to do that more.
And it really does seem like for you, you're to the place where you've got a regular kind of habit.
Yeah, I'm pleased with how this is coming out.
Very good. How about you, Michael?
Pretty regular. I've missed a couple times. Uh, my morning routine is I do a major meal every morning, and so that's about 2 hours. And sometimes when I have to be somewhere by 8:30, 9 o'clock, I don't get up early enough to have that quiet time. But then I almost always in the evening have just a quiet time. But I'm mostly concentrating on the breath. Gives me the
Hmm.
most help.
And again, that's just fine. It's, what you're doing when you're concentrating on the breath is you're giving your mind a task to do, and giving your mind this task to do then shuts down the discursive chatter, the monkey mind,
Right.
and the quiet is a happy quiet.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So now I have a video. This is a Zen story, how to overcome worry and anxiety.
Have you ever found yourself caught in a web of your own thoughts? It seems as if every day, every moment, there is a war going on in your mind. It is a war of worries. It seems as if all the joys of life have been lost somewhere, and only an invisible burden has tied you. This worry. Have you ever found yourself caught in a web of your own thoughts? It seems as if every day, every moment, there is a war going on in your mind. It is a war of worries. It seems as if all the joys of life have been lost somewhere, and only an invisible burden has tied you. This worry is sometimes hidden in relationships, sometimes related to your hard work, and sometimes arises from the thought of an unknown future. It is as if a new chain has been tied to your feet every day, and you are tired of walking. But is this worry really an external enemy? Or is it just a web of our own thoughts, which we have woven ourselves? Today we are on a journey that will find the answer to this question. This journey is to reach the truth hidden deep in our own soul. Long ago, there was a king of a big and prosperous kingdom. He had all the opulence, splendor, and wealth, a golden palace, precious gems, and loyal subjects. His lifestyle was so opulent that anyone could aspire to be like him. But despite this external prosperity, the king's mind was filled with an unknown restlessness. At nights he would stay awake alone. The entire palace would be silent, and only the noise of his thoughts would echo in his ears. He would talk to his worries in that silence. He would ask himself, "Is my kingdom safe? Will I be able to save my subjects from the coming danger? Will my decisions be right for the future of my kingdom?" These questions were tearing him from within, weakening his soul every day. The king's worries were not limited to his kingdom only. He feared losing his power. He would think, "If I lose my power, what will I do? Will someone else take my place?" There was no end to these questions, and the roots of his worries had penetrated deep into his soul. One day the king received the news that a wise sage had come to his kingdom. People used to say that the sadhu was capable of understanding the deep things of the mind, and he had shown the path of spiritual peace to hundreds of people. The king felt that perhaps this was the time when his anxiety could be cured. The king called the sadhu to his palace. The sadhu sat in front of the king in a calm and steady posture. There was a strange peace in his eyes, which could not be seen in any ordinary person. The king opened up all his troubles and worries in front of him. The sadhu listened to him carefully and then said with a smile, "Rajan, your problem is not in your kingdom or around you. Your problem is within you." The king was shocked to hear this. He had always thought that external problems were the reason for his anxiety. But now for the first time he realized that perhaps the real reason was something else. The sadhu said, "Worry is an illusion, which arises from our thinking. You are lost in your own thoughts, and this thinking has cut you off from reality." The sadhu gave a unique challenge to the king. He said, "There is an ancient tree deep in the forest of this kingdom. It is said that this tree makes anyone who comes near it experience the truth, but only to those who are ready to take the journey within themselves. If you can reach this tree and experience its power, all our worries will vanish." The king accepted it as a challenge. He immediately started preparing for his journey. With a firm resolve in his mind, he set out alone towards the forest. This journey was not just a physical journey. It was a journey within him, where every step was leading him to face his own fears, insecurities, and worries. On the way to the forest, various thoughts started arising in the king's mind. At every step, he started doubting his decision. Sometimes he was worried about his kingdom, and sometimes he was afraid for his life. Am I doing the right thing? Am I worthy of this journey? These questions started bothering him again and again. Suddenly one night, while he was resting under a tree in the forest, he felt as if someone called him. He got up in panic, but there was no one there. It was his own inner voice questioning him. "Why have you come on this journey? Do you really want relief from your worries? Or is this just an illusion?" This night became a turning point for the king. He realized for the first time that the real enemy in his journey was none other than his own fear. He was afraid of himself. He had built a wall of imaginary fear in his own mind, which was preventing him from reaching his truth. After many days of travel, the king reached the ancient tree that the hermit had told him about. This tree was huge. Its roots spread deep into the ground, and its branches extended towards the sky. Standing near that tree, the king felt a strange peace. It seemed as if that tree was looking deep into his soul. While meditating near the tree, the king gradually realized that his worries were not caused by the outside world, but by his own thoughts. He realized that his whole life was spent worrying about what would happen if he failed. He had made his power, his prestige, his identity, and that was the reason he never felt free. Standing there, he took a deep breath and made a promise to himself that he would now be free from this shackle. He realized that the first step to freedom from worry is self-acceptance, accepting oneself as one really is. A new light dawned on the king's mind. He realized that worry is only a habit, and it is in his hands to let go of it. He saw that every fear is an illusion, and true happiness is possible only when he can free himself from his thoughts. That day the king found a new perspective that true peace cannot be found in the outside world, but only from within us. After returning to the palace, the king made many new changes in his kingdom. He took his decisions fearlessly, tried to connect emotionally with his people, and faced every problem with peace and understanding. His worries did not bother him anymore, because he had understood the power of his mind. Friends, This story teaches us that true peace can be found not from external events or achievements, but from within our mind. It is a process that can only happen with self-acceptance and the right attitude. In this journey of life, every step matters, and every new beginning is a symbol of new hope. This journey taught Raja, as well as us, that anxiety is not a final state. If we can muster the courage to look inside ourselves, we can all be free from the invisible shackles of our mind. Similarly, if you want to know how to control your emotions and become mentally strong, then you can watch this video. Thank you.
Well, okay. Now let us take some time and quietly meditate. Mindfulness is a moment awareness, paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Fully receive whatever is experienced, then let it go. All right. And now we'll close with our chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody have any observations today while you're meditating?
That king sitting under the tree sort of reminded me of we were once talking about the forbearance of a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And trees really are great things. They don't ask for anything, but they provide homes for birds and shade for us, and they block the wind
Mm-hmm.
in
And
windy
when the wind
places.
comes and blows them, they're still steady in the wind.
They do their best.
So do you want to be a tree, Doug?
That would be nice, yes. Probably not in El Paso,
Uh-huh.
though. They catch hell here with the wind.
I had a definite experience of the concentration on the breath, eliminating the anxiety, the worry, mindfulness.
Very good. All the anxieties are is just another thought.
Right.
And they only have the power that you give them.
And the breath, the breath helps.
Yes, yes. Well, the breath is now, and the anxieties are some other time.
Pass you.
Yes. Yes. I'd forgotten, and maybe exactly what you've already said, but decades ago it was pointed out to me that it's biologically or physically or whatever impossible to worry or to be depressed if we're in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
that our bodies won't let us.
And that is the trick of the breath. With the breath, you're in the moment.
Mhm.
And for me, the breath and watching the breath is an avenue to, quiet the mind. As I do it, the mind gets quieter and quieter.
Yep.
And, the Buddha, in his own teaching about mindfulness, he started with the breath. So what we're doing is what the Buddha was doing and what the Buddha was teaching.
Is the Lord.
So the breath is the first foundation of mindfulness. Okay. Well, again, thank you for coming together again today and uh, spending some of your energy on looking within and being quiet. What a good thing to do. And
Thank
we'll
you, Richard.
see you next week. Namaste.
Thank
Yes,
thank you.
thank you.